And we continue with Group C, another best of 5 here at Meta Madness. Group C continues with the Cats against Team Asgard. Again, as usual, guys, we're here in the Meta Madness rule set. This is the group stage, so that means it's a little bit of a warm-up. We have 10 heroes that are fully banned for the group stage. Once that we move over into the playoffs, that number will increase. So that's why I call it the warm-up, because this is still a little bit more normal than what we're going to experience in the playoffs. But the rule is still the same. You have a few heroes that are completely banned for the entire group stage, and then in addition to that, every single hero that gets played in a series cannot be played again. So every single hero that you see played now in map number 1 cannot be played again in map number 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. Same obviously applies to heroes that are played later in the best of 5. And therefore, as you go to the 4th or 5th map, that hero pool is getting pretty small. In total in Heroes of the Storm, we currently have 90 heroes available, but that also includes Cho'Gall, so you can argue that it's actually 89 when we are including bans. And that makes things actually pretty interesting here. So we're continuing today with the two teams at hand. The Cats, of course, they want to get out of the group in 2nd place. We already had Washed Up, aka Washed Something, do some work here, but should be interesting what we're getting today. And it's more or less guaranteed to be a lot of fun, because the picks have just been glorious. With Hanamura as the first map, of course, as well. As usual, big shout out to the patrons, and again, I cannot stress this again, big shout out to everybody that supports the channel on patreon.com/Khaldor. There's a few more people that have actually signed up there, and I really appreciate it. It helps us to set additional tournaments like this one up in the future. We're already working on another offline event, amongst other things as well. More infos hopefully soon, but Meta Madness as it stands here would not be possible without the support over there. So there's 2,000 euros on the line. We don't have a sponsor. I talked a bit about how it's pretty difficult to get any kind of sponsor interested in Heroes of the Storm right now. It's unfortunately not really the best sign if even the company that produced the game has more or less abandoned it. But hey, we're still going strong here, and we're still trying to keep the esports scene alive. So everybody that is chipping in and that is helping out on patreon.com/Khaldor, thanks to you. Really appreciate it. Now here on Hanamura, we get Nuburak as the first pick. And Rega plus Sylvanas get taken for the red team. Sylvanas' pick is highly contested these days, and in most of the games that we've seen, she's actually banned out, simply because she is super powerful. I mean, in the normal meta already, she is a fantastic pick, but then if you're going into Meta Madness, where a lot of heroes that can deal with her, that can at least keep up with her, have been banned, it becomes a bit more difficult. Alexstrasza and Tyrael. Okay, so I would assume that this is a damaged Tyrael with Judgment that we're getting from them, and Alexstrasza is of course always welcome here. That leaves us with the next ban phase before we're heading into the first map of the series, and we're gonna check out and see how this is gonna go. As I already said on Twitch, by the way, it's glorious weather in Spain now. We have 27 degrees today, cloudless skies, and it is just fantastic. And I'm sitting here in my studio casting for you, so I was so close to actually thinking about like, maybe I'm sick today. Maybe I'm sick and I have to recover in the sun, but that would probably only have resulted in a sunburn. That's the problem when you don't have hair. So yeah, we're still casting Meta Madness today, so we're gonna check it out. But yeah, Greymin is getting banned. We got also the ban on Malthael. Instantly, that makes me suspicious. But on the other hand, with the lineup that they're currently rocking here, I doubt that they would go for Cho'Gall. But the threat is always there. I talked about this in one of the previous series, that in Meta Madness, it's always in the back of your head. They banned out Leoric, they banned out Malthael, Greymane is banned. That leaves Tychus if you want to deal with Cho'Gall. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there's a serious possibility that they're thinking about picking the hero later on in the game. If they pick him right now, that's a different story. But it's all about the percentage damage, obviously. So since Kharazim is not taken, they have Rega. The only hero that would remain to target the big fat ogre is Tychus. So that's a nice counter. That if that alone is all you need, is a different question. So, how are we going to play this? How are the cats going to react? Are we going to go for a more standard game on map number 1? Yes, we are. Varian comes in, and Arthas. So they're going into the theme meme as well, with all frontliners here. Still a very dangerous setup, but I would assume that now you're really thinking about, okay, who are we getting in against all of this? if there wasn't the engage, I would say maybe Kalthas is even an option, because you have a lot of heroes that clutter up. You can also, of course, go into a Tychus and maybe even try to stack in the rhythm here, since you're going up against this many targets, but it is going to be a little bit dicey. So they're going for false that allows them some macro play, and they can also use Gust to disengage, since one of the big things with the full melee lineup is, of course, that if you commit, you have to commit, and they are going to try and drive pretty hard. But yeah, this sets us up for game number 1. Hanamura, everybody. Group C, we got the Cats against Team Asgard. Let the games begin. Game number 1. On the left side, we have the blue team. We have the Cats with Drachia on Varian, 0 on Tyrael, Captain Rex on Alexstrasza, No Game No Life on Anub'arak, and Herath on Arthas. On the right side of the map, the opponents, Team Asgard with Gucci Mane on Garrosh. We got Not Zap on Sonya, Berserkade on Sylvanas, Ethereal on Falstad, and Brownbeard is playing... So, one thing right from the get-go that actually really disappoints me is like, what is this shit on Alexstrasza? Really? Flames of Fury? You have 4 heroes on your lineup that have at some point or another a globe quest hidden, so they could have gone for all the globes here. That being said, even a Stitches would have been possible, and they decided not to do it. So, yeah, that is an unfortunate choice. I really dislike it.
Nope.
Yeah, it's just no. Like, I'm sorry, but that's an F from me. Too many good opportunities to keep things stacked. But I want to highlight that Varian has actually gone into the High King's quest. This is already telling that we are very likely not going to see Taunt. With this lineup, it obviously also makes a whole lot more sense for Varian to not go Taunt, but to actually add damage. The only question is he going to go for Smash and just yell a lot? Like he has a toothache, or like he's so embarrassed that Anduin is his son? Or is he instead embracing the memes and going full Twin Blade on us? I am honestly a big fan of the second variation. I haven't seen the meme blades in a long time. I mean, one reason is that it's a shitty talent. Another reason is that most of the people that play Varian want to win their games. So that's why meme blades isn't really a thing here. But in this case, I wouldn't really mind it. Now we get Arthas also, starting things off with the Rhyme. On level 1. And Arthas has been quite a bit of fun. I really like it. We had Nick play him once in the previous series, I believe, where he also went into the stacking around his trade on the Frostburn. And I like that. If you're looking for a bit of an assassin style, it's kind of cool. In a normal meta game, obviously, it's not something that is really going to do a whole lot for you. But here in Meta Madness, you can definitely make a few plays like this. Especially since in the group stage, there are usually big gaps in skill between teams. And that sometimes just leads to one team embracing the meme a little bit more. As I said before, when you're looking at the group stage, it's the warm-up. We have 16 teams in total. We open it up to everybody, so you have players from all calibers now playing here, and only the best 2 teams out of a group are advancing to the playoffs, which leaves us then with 8 teams for the round robin, for the double elimination system, where we're also going to have a lot more games at hand. Now, Falstad, stacking it up quite nicely. Obviously, he's up against a lot of melees, so he has a lot of targets that he can fire against. The first few camps are taken, and as usual, the most important one is the Sentinel over here. A bit of a dive on our boy Garrosh, a flip, a hit. Falstad also in the back, a bit in trouble. They're already starting to split very aggressively here, but the bird is in real danger as Arthas is trying to run him down. Where's that death coil when you need it? Well, apparently not in range. Varian is gone. Oh, the Howling Blast misses. The death coil is not enough, and Arthas himself gets caught, gets Oh god, Gucci Mane nearly killed Falstad. Garrosh was so close to killing the birdie. If he didn't react instantly, that would have been a kill. Good reaction here by the bird, but I gotta admit, Garrosh, you gotta be very, very careful when you do that. I mean, holy hell. So, down to the bottom of the map. We now got Alexstrasza. She's stacking it up with 11 on the Flames of Fury thus far. The party continues as the red team has taken our lead in experience and the talent advantage as well. But yeah, things are definitely a bit spicy here. I have no idea what Falstad did to piss Garrosh off so much, but this man seems to be on a mission. Kill the bird. That's the game plan, apparently. Yeah, well, they're trying to kill Garrosh too. And that is a hit. Here we go. We got the Smashy Smash, by the way. So, yes, Colossus Smash is in. Varian is going to do a lot of yelling in this game. Sharing the pain with us. And I totally get it. If your offspring turns out to be Varian, then I would be in pain as well and probably scream all day. So, totally understandable what he's going through. I mean, just the mental pressure on that is just horrible. So, yeah. People always talk about like what it is like to have shitty parents, you know. What is it going to be like if you're having a shitty kid? I mean, you can ask Varian all about it. He knows. So, he's scarred for life. He is scarred on the outside and the inside. But yeah. We have him. At this point, there's not really a whole lot done yet on the High King's quest. 3 stacks for Tyrael. Also, it doesn't scream that he's going to get an award anytime soon. The doggy is thrown around. A little bit of a taxi moment. Oh. Another hit, another stun, another attempt for Sonya, but that doesn't work out. But they want the birdie. Everybody wants the birdie. They're all hungry. Yeah, and the Sentinel moving through the bottom of the map as they're working on the objective at the same time. So it's a bit of a two-pronged attack here. Nubrug is now coming in from the top. This bad boy is just slicing it. I like it. I love these things, honestly. As far as mercenaries go, they're just amazing. Nice one! Good catch here. The Dragon Queen is a bit too late. Nubrug is already dead. Noob got wrecked. And Baz Arcade is coming in, trying to help them to maybe solidify another kill. It's 5 kills to 1, by the way. The Cats might have overcommitted to the beams a little bit too much here. But as I said, Arthas gets a solo kill on Sonya topside. The bird is immediately flying over, trying to keep the experience here. But good job by Irath. Well done by him. Continues also with a Death Coil build here, which I actually like a lot. Obviously, also as a former Warcraft 3 player and commentator, Death Coil build is the perfect thing for a Death Knight. Those were the best things. Coming in as an undead, level 3 Death Coil and just sniping all day, every day. Hero sniping and just killing all of them. Nothing better than that. Especially when you're taking a Keeper down or any other Night Elf hero, that's usually the best thing. Sylvana's also dead, so she gets eliminated. Another flip as Varian finds himself on the wrong side of the wall. They're trying to help him even, but I don't really think it's gonna work out for him. So once again, Garrosh has struck gold here with his little moves. It's the 3rd kill, I believe, that he facilitated. Nicely done. They are working on the objective, but once again, they're starting to come in here. Another flip. Gucci main. Yeah, no more Gucci over here. Nubrug dies too. Garrosh is dead. Finally. They got him. Still trying to make a play here for maybe even Rhaegar. Level 10 is going to be fun though. Once that we have a level 10, I expect the Judgment is going to be in here. Probably Syndragosa. The way that this is going, I guess they're going to go for full out aggression. Oh, nice! The charge, the Howling Blast, and the bird gets murdered. Yeah. Broke his neck like a chicken. The heals from Alexstrasza are also quite powerful here. Dragon Queen. I mean, Alexstrasza is actually really, really good for this comp as well. With all of them stacked up the way they are, she's getting insane heals out. Another one! Damn, son! Honestly, this is getting a bit of a theme. Gucci main here with 1 kill after another, thanks to the walls and his abilities to just perfectly judge the distance here. I like it a lot. I'm not 100% certain what Nubrug is doing over here. Apparently trying to get a bit of a hit in on Sonya, but that kill didn't come through. So while he's playing around with the rest of the team, the top side is still being controlled around the payload, as the Cats are trying to get this one connected. What do you actually think is in the payload? I don't think that was ever explained. I bet it's cocaine. I really bet it's cocaine. Misha was sniffing at it in one of the previous games when Rexa was played, and I've heard all about Cocaine Bear. So I think this is drugs that we're talking about. We also talk about Judgment now, and haha, there's the kill. They're trying another one, but Rhaegar got the Ancestral through. 7 kills to 9, and the party is now really starting. We have first and foremost the Mind Control, we got Judgment, Syndragosa, and the shots are gonna be fired. So here we go. Boom! That front wall is already gone. 1 hit after another. Yep. Me likey. This is in. So we get that one as well. We got the Gust. 96 stacks for Falstad. And we are only, I mean, it's actually pretty good if you think about it. We are only 8 minutes into the game, and he's already at nearly 100 stacks. So this is gonna get real nasty for the blue team as the game continues. I mean, his damage numbers are just going to climb as the game... Actually, let me double check real quickly. Yeah, he's at 32,000. So as you can see, he's already top damage in the game here. And I think this is just going to expand with all the team fights, and especially them stacking up around Alexstrasza's heals. That means that he is going to get in, like, absolutely absurd numbers in. And that's what he's going to be working at. They're trying with the mind control on Varian, and Drak here goes down. So Varian has been eliminated. They're trying to go for Nubarak too. A little bit of a side effect, by the way, from what we're seeing in this game is also that there will be a severe lack of tanks if this continues. Tyrael got shut down by Nubarak, trying to judgment in, then the cocoon gets dropped. So that didn't really work for them, did it now? 140 stacks for Rhaegar. Yeah, only 9 stacks for Tyrael. He got 9 globes. We're already 9 minutes into the game. Meaning 1 per minute. 1 per minute is all they got. Syndragosa is in, and here's the Judgment Day. Rhaegar is trying to save himself and got real close, but it is Varian who comes in, and then Alexstrasza! The kill! Nice! Alexstrasza, Captain Rex here with the hits. I like it. That was pretty awesome. It was pretty sexy. I'm actually going to take another look at that. Yeah, check this one out. So Alexstrasza, look at this. Rhaegar gets saved before that even Ancestral, and then Alexstrasza comes in and just burns him to a crisp here. Really well done by her. They took the fort down too. Top side, well, Sonya has pretty much done the same thing. Yeah, I think this is actually going to fall. Maybe he can save it. Yeah, he can, but it's definitely going to be destroyed. Somebody is going to knock it down for sure. So as this continues, Falstead with 117 stacks. We have a level 13 for both now. And the birdie gets the flow rider here, so a little bit of an ability charge as well. And they are going full all out on the camp again. Mind control on the bug, on the beetle. And they're trying to get the Anubara kill, but Arthur turns it around, and there's the judgment! And the gust saves the day again. Sonya is able to walk away, but I don't think that Garrosh can. Well, Sonya actually re-engages. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, this is really gonna hurt. Ouch! That's 4 down already. Garrosh died as well. Now they got another kill. Tyrael murdered everybody over here. Tyrael is turning into Tyrael the Destroyer, and now the bird is in real trouble too. Tyrael might just be able to get away here, but they are going for the keep. And look at this fight. Once they're entering the choke point and trying to turn it around, this is when everything just goes to shit. They lose everyone. Tyrael is just crushing them. Big damage numbers still from the birdie, 51,000, so he's way ahead of anyone else. I mean, he has 20,000 more than the next highest damage dealer. He's at 134 stacks at the 11-minute mark. 11 minutes in, and he is just stacking it like there's no tomorrow. So, yeah, we're going to see how high he gets with it. Honestly, now that I think about it, I don't even know what the highest number is that I ever saw on Falstad with his level 1 quest. But if this game continues, I mean, yeah, the keep is nearly done, you know, the top fort here is nearly destroyed too. I don't think that we're going to get to like a 20-minute, 25-minute game. But if it gets that far, can you imagine how much damage he's going to do? How high he's going to stack this? That would be pretty sexy. So, we'll see. But in another context, on a different map that lasts longer, I think he would probably get into record-breaking territory. Yeah, the gust is in. Another hit. Alexstrasza still died. Interestingly enough, Falstad only got a single hit in over here. Here comes Tyrael. They need to try and save the bird, but can they maybe get it? Tyrael? Yes! Tyrael down, but Garrosh got killed as well. They're escorting in another payload, and now obviously the shots are fired towards the top where another fort gets destroyed. And things are looking pretty good, of course, now for the blue team. They take down the keep at the bottom of the map. Shots are fired towards the top. Bird is also getting a little bit cautious. Engaging over here. Doesn't really want to go too deep because there's just too much that can attack him right away. And one of them is Drake with Varian, who makes immediately a move for him. And Ubarak is dead already. 150 stacks nearly for Falstad. Alexstrasza's trying to help the team to turn it around, but level 16 talents are of course in for them now as well, which gives us a huge talent with the Draconic Discipline for Alexstrasza. That's going to be big. And of course the build with the Death Coil continues for Arthur's as well. Another flip forward. The bird trying to get a good angle, and Varian is deaded. At least Tyrael is back, and you know what? He's about to have Judgment back. So he could go for the Judgment here. We have the Crippling Hammer as well, so you have a bit more control. And that slow is really important, because you're up against so many melee heroes that slow can really, really help you. Problem is that they're far behind on structures, so they need to step it up a bit. But we got 30 kills! 30 kills at this point. 15 to 15. We're 13 minutes in and we got 30 kills. High King's Quest for the Varian has been completed. And they're going once again for the next potential kill here, trying to drop Tyrael. That might actually succeed, but not quite. The bird is coming in too. Everybody's starting to dive in. That one kind of missed. Didn't really hit anybody here with the Hammerang. But on the damage numbers, just give you guys a bit more of an idea. Look at Falstad, 62,000. Yeah, he is looking really, really good. Judgment barrels out and gets saved by... Oh, maybe not saved. Syndragoso was pretty good. Garrosh initially at least helped him out here, but that one hurts a bit. Yeah, but these little moves that we're seeing from them right now, trying on the retreat, just turning around. Look at these hits. He's at 160 stacks now. He's doing really well. But the team obviously is losing ground as we speak. They are on even talents, they're on even experience as the blue team, but the Cats are just doing a little bit better here. Showing their claws in every single engage, and they are aggressive right now. I mean, they really want it. Here comes another dive for Garrosh, the Insta-Rega heal. Nicely done by him. Falstad just looking for more and more hits here. It is falling a little bit short right now. Talking about falling short, seems like a Nubarak is going to get wrecked again. And yes, he dies once more. How many times did a Nubarak die? A Nubarak actually died a little bit too much for my liking here. He went down 5 times, same as Varian. Whereas on the other side, we have Garrosh dropped 6 times already. It's actually a little bit surprising to me. I didn't really think that he died this many times. They tried earlier so often and fell short because Falstad gusted or Rega was able to heal him. But yeah, he has definitely suffered here. 67,000 now as well. Still a bit of a play attempt for Sonya, but the Howling Blast missed. So that's a bit unfortunate. Well, the heals, 71,000 for Alexstrasza over here. Both teams on level 18. There are camps at the bottom of the map now, though, and that's where Falstad is starting to make a move. He needs to make sure that he takes this down as quickly as possible. Triggers the ability and is hoping that the core is not getting attacked and loses anything here, but okay. Same time now, though. You have 258 stacks, by the way, for Rega, so he is closing in slowly and steadily of completing this. The fights continue. Judgment on Rega. They're trying to save the day. The gust is just a second too late. And now they're getting Garrosh as well. Alright, that is bad news. Really nice hit again by Falstad. I mean, boy, oh boy, did that do damage. And it slowed everybody down too. He's at 174 now. That last hit that he YOLO'd out there did some enormous damage, but it might just not have been enough. Gust has been used. They have very few tools available to stop this onslaught right now. The hits still keep coming by Falstad, but with Sonya now eliminated and Sylvana struggling, this is not looking good. So they're trying to save the core, but the shield is falling over and over. Falstad doing his thing, trying his best to keep them in play. 180 stacks on the level 1, but it is not looking good. I don't think they can pull this one off. Here comes Syndragosa, and it's the birdie that dies first. Sylvana shortly after. Level 20 is in their hands, and this is the victory in game number 1 for the Cats as they lock in the W on Hanamura. GG. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Game number 2, Towers of Doom. The Cats are in the lead against Team Asgard. Now the 10 heroes that we had on the first map cannot be picked again, and you still have the 10 bans for the group stage. Should get interesting if they now start banning frontliners, because they already used a fair amount of them now. And I am very interested to see if this is going to play a role here or not. If they both agree to not ban any frontliners, then it most likely won't. But yeah, if all of a sudden everybody starts to ban out some of the remaining tanks, then we could be in for a very interesting second or third game. Now, as Towers of Doom, I would expect that Dehaka, for example, is addressed as either a pick or a ban. That's more or less a given. Most likely he's going to be banned, I would assume. And there is still the Abathar and Samuro comp that you could also play if you're trying to dominate the macro level a little bit. That cheese has been played multiple times already in Meta Madness, and I really like it. It's a lot of fun. Not for the team that plays against it, but yeah. So Li Ming gets banned. They're all homing in on damage dealers. Overwatch is also, as usually, right at the front. When we're talking about banned heroes, get rid of Tracer, get rid of Junkrat. And, well, let's see. What's going to be the last ban? They're hesitating quite a long time here. Lucio. Which means that Abathar and Samuro are still up. Alright. Okay, Medivh is in. Yeah. Medivh has already been taken. And I was kind of hoping for Abathar and Samuro, but yeah, I think it's a little bit less likely with Medivh now on the board, at least when we're talking about the blue team. Since we have Dehaka on the red team side, they are off to a pretty good start. But with Medivh, there's also, of course, the question now if maybe Stitches becomes a thing. If they're trying to go for a kidnap combo, that would be a good one. You could come in with Gorge and then try and kidnap the target here. Oh, Samuro and Vikings. Okay, this is getting a bit wild. Medivh, Samuro, Vikings? What? What? That's a bit wild. I mean, this is kind of redundant what they're trying to do here. Actually, I don't know what they're trying to do, but it feels a little bit redundant what's happening. Normally with the Vikings, you wouldn't necessarily need Samuro, but that is a very interesting draft now. Muradin gets banned. I'm more curious what else we're going to get from them. I assume they still want to pick a support. So if you're going for a support for Captain Rex, what is Draka going to play? A ranged damage dealer? Or what's it going to be? But yeah, this is a fairly interesting combination. If they just want to go for as many bodies on the map as possible, then they could still go for, I guess, Chen and Triple Pandas. We could also... I mean, what else do you have? You have pretty much Rexa Misha. So if the whole idea is to get as many bodies in as possible, maybe go for the level 4 on Medivh and play around that. I have no clue what the game plan here is, but this is the only thing that I can come up with which might be the goal behind it. Maybe Abathar, so that you can copy Samuro and then get even more copies in. It's definitely gonna be wild. So Alarak is taken. He's gonna have a lot of fun, I can tell you that much. Stitches the hook into Malfurion's roots. I am not sure if this is gonna work out for the blue team. This seems a little bit far-fetched at this point. They're very curious what they're going to do here now. Very curious. Phoenix Abathar. Okay, so Abathar Samuro in and of itself is already disgusting. Phoenix, what? Not really expected, but okay, interested. But yeah, this is a very curious composition that they have. Now, I talked a little bit about Abathar and Samuro, and they can, of course, take structures down with ease as the game continues. But this is a wild combo, and Alarak is going to have a lot of fun with this. So this is a super interesting game. ETC, therefore, as the last pick, so full melee lineup, pretty much for Team Asgard. Not full, but close to it. And with that, we're heading into the second game of the Best of 5 series. The Towers of Doom, everybody. Here we go. It is the Cats against Team Asgard. Game number 2 with a wild comp for the blue team. Drakia on Abathar, Irath on the Vikings. We got Captain Rex on Phoenix, Zero on Medivh, and no game, no life on Samuro. So pretty much you don't really have a healer. You have Abathar as the solo heal. that can help, and you have the assist from Medivh, of course, as well. So there's at least a couple of tools that can keep you alive, but they will have to play around their opponents a lot. We got Not Zap on Dehaka for Team Asgard, Gucci Mane on ETC, Berserkade on Stitches, Ethereal, he's going to be big in this game, on Alarak, and we have Brownbeard on Malfurion. Okay. Now, the Samura Abathur I kind of expected for this map. This is a good pick. Vikings are not bad on this map either, but all of them together, that is still a bit wild. So let's see how they're going to try and play this one out. We have a bit of damage done at the top lane already as they're making an immediate move for some structural damage. Middle of the map, different story. It seems like Medivh is a bit in trouble and is still making it through the portal. This is where ETC excels, of course. You have him as a fantastic tool to control the portals, to just make sure nobody can enter them when you're trying to hunt them down, to just slide in when somebody is coming through. So ETC is really, really good to do a lot of this. Patchwork Creation on level 1, that was to be expected. Samuro, of course, will need a couple of levels before he becomes really dangerous here. And Alarak is already working on his sadism stacks a bit as he starts to take the Vikings out. So looking all the way up at the top currently. But a very, very wild game. Very interesting. And Phoenix starting things out for the mobile offense. We have 8 stacks for Medivh, so we're definitely going to keep an eye on him too to see how he is going to progress in this game. As, yeah, Abathur is already helping out Samuro a little bit. This comp is really going to be dangerous in the later stages of the game, if it ever gets to that, because this is where they're going to be super dangerous. Captain Rex, talking about dangerous, is in a real dangerous situation and makes it through the portal and escapes. Damn. Calculate. Nice. Nicely done. Alarak takes Phoenix down. Then again, Samuro just shredded Malfurion, but with a good hook, it seems that Medivh is dead, and that's the stacks lost. Yeah, it's getting wild over here. Another good connect from Alarak, and that might just spell the end of Samuro. He tries to get the kill at least on Alarak himself. That didn't really work out, so he's able to get away. Maybe with the help of Abathur, not even that. But yeah, it's getting wild. Right from the beginning of the game, everybody is already super aggressive around camps, trying to get the kills real quickly. Samuro even diving behind them in an attempt to see if he can maybe get close enough to Alarak to get the hit in. But of course, he's going very deep for this and needs to be careful that he's not becoming the target. We have roots on the ground right now. There's a lot that can control these portals. We talked about this already earlier. You have Alarak for control, you have the roots from Malfurion, ETC in particular is going to be very spicy. And they are making it dangerous to enter a portal at any point in time. So yeah, nicely done. It's going to be a fun one, 100%. It's going to be really interesting. Look at the Vikings, by the way. The Mercenary Lord on level 4 and the Viking Bribery. So they are trying to play the macro game from start to finish here. And Not Zap gets zapped at the top. That means the Haka is out, and they're of course trying to go at least for a few altars. You still have to control the altars, so there's that. With the Vikings around, you can always try and sneak over and do the little Viking trick, and that's what they're doing right now. It kind of mitigates also some of the problems that you have with Abathur at the beginning of the game, I'd say. But yeah, Phoenix has to interrupt, whereas Eric, for some reason, is not channeling this yet. I have no idea why. Like, this needs to be a channel, and it needs to be a channel right now. As Medivh dies again, and he's not channeling! Hereth, you're inting! You're absolutely inting. Now the Haka is there. Now he's starting to move over on the right side. They're still trying to fight this a bit, but they are starting to be in trouble here. Eric still completely... Like, oh, that's an F. I mean, that's just an F. Eric is refusing to do his job. I assume that the idea is to delay the altars, but that can't really be it. Are they just trying to prolong the game? That's the only explanation that really exists here. He could have channeled this 50,000 times and he didn't. And he still interrupts whenever somebody tries to take it. So it seems like they're trying to keep the objective on the map for as long as they can to limit the amount of shots that are fired before they hit level 10. So that's the game plan. They're trying to stall this so that there's no chance for Asgard to snowball in the early stages of the game. ETC goes down, Phoenix goes down as well, and so does Samuro. And Eric is still safeguarding the altar up at the top. So yeah, they're trying to delay. They're willing to lose the altar at the bottom of the map In an ideal world, they would of course have at least taken one of them, but it's a stalling tactic. And it's being shut down a bit by Dehaka as he kills Eric, but Olaf is already on the way. He's gonna go for the interrupt right now, and they are going to try and just buy time. The problem is that during all of this, more and more of the heroes are dying, so we by now have leading experience thanks to the global soak that they have, but they also lost Medivh again, and the stacks are lost. So they are gone. And in the meantime, we have more and more hits coming in from Samuro. As I said before, late game is their friend. If they make it into the late game, then Samuro Abathar is disgusting, Vikings are disgusting, so they're stalling this out as much as possible with the Vikings, but it's getting harder and harder since the red team obviously has a vested interest in like speeding this up. They know that the late game is going to be difficult, but now we are looking at nearly level 10 and we still have this objective on the map, so it becomes a little bit harder as all of this continues for Team Asgard. Especially since we are now looking at also Abathar hitting level 10 so they can go for the copy. Olaf is still sitting up at the top together with Balog. Medivh, I mean, how many times did he die now? 4 times? 3 times? He's having a rough one. 4 times. Lost everything 4 times already. So, as expected, we get the ultimate evolution, we got the ley line in, and they channel the altar. Yeah, that's the 3rd one that gets fired against the blue team. They would have probably loved to prolong this a little bit more, but couldn't. Alarak! Yeah, he's at 134 stacks now on his sadism. We get the Illusion Masters though, and this is where the party slowly starts. So this is where Abathar can come in with his symbiote and the copy and do some real work here. Yeah, Balog with a little bit more damage gets licked as Olaf is trying to help him out here. There's another quick hit, and Alarak is dead. That was a big one. That resets, of course, once again the sadism stacks. They're still trying to go for Dehaka, which didn't quite work out, or well, maybe it does. There's the lick on Samuro, and goodbye Dehaka. The dinosaur is out again, and this means you can now start to do more work up at the top. It's no game, no life. Walks away with no hit points. Quick pause here by Drak here. Tactical discussion, clearly. But yeah, it's getting interesting. Now we have the mosh pit in play. We're also getting on top of that the counter-strike. Stitches has gone for the 2nd helping, but in experience you can see that there's level 12 versus level 11. So as we're taking a bit of a closer look at the experience, you can tell that in hero XP, that's obviously where Team Asgard has taken a slight lead. But look at the minion experience. This is the big difference here. 5,000 experience points of a difference. That's where the Vikings are just so absolutely useful as they're soaking all 3 lanes. And every time that Asgard is committing with 4 or 5 heroes onto a lane, this is one of the big problems that they're facing. That the Vikings just keep soaking, keep pushing, and as the game continues, this problem is just going to become bigger and bigger. Yeah, Leyline is saving the day for now. Phoenix gets still gorged and might die here. As Phoenix can get out. Does he have a warp? And I don't think he does. So Phoenix is dead, but so is Malfurion. There is a hook, nicely done, but he's still able to get away. So Malfurion is down, and this is really the biggest problem that they're having in this game now, outside of the Viking control. Controlling Samuro and controlling Abathar. So that's the big problem. But yeah, either way, 4 shots are finally fired for the blue team, so they're getting a bit ahead there. They still lose Eric at the top, so they can't really go for this one. Actually, are they trying to interrupt? No. But they are able to, because he expected somebody to come through here, which wasn't quite the case. Now Samuro is still trying to steal a camp away for them, and with 3 heroes committing to the top lane, that might work for him. It's Stitches that he's up against though, so alone he won't be able to make it. That's where he gets at least some assistance, but yeah, he's very, very low, and more heroes are now coming in, but the Portal of Medivh saves the day once again. You still lose the camp though. So the camp has been taken. They try to go for Samuro, and he is again saved and makes his way out of the fight. They're coming in time and time again with the Raven Familiar over here. Alarak is once again dead, so that's another reset on his sadism. Unfortunate for him. Still an entire level lead for the blue team, as they now also face off against an extended hook range from Stitches. But when we're looking over at the damage number, Samura's at 29,000. That's easy top damage in the game. Medivh at 21,000, and of course they still have Abathur and Phoenix, so they're not short on damage. Doing a good job on this, more than Alarak, and Malfurion is dead again. That's the 4th time that he has now fallen. Gorge on Medivh, and unless he has a very, very quick portal over here in a shield, that's gonna spell the end of him. So yeah, mosh pit attempt, I guess. That didn't really do anything, so the mosh, kinda useless. Didn't let anybody dance, but they still got the kill on Medivh, and that's all that matters here. So he dies for the 5th time and loses his stacks again. Must be a very frustrating game for Medivh. He's not getting any closer to complete this anytime soon. But as we are heading into level 16 slowly, and the 16 talents, Samuro is becoming a bigger and bigger problem. The Hogger gets killed at the top, but with Samuro you can now start to take some of the structures down. So very, very curious. Yeah, very curious to see how much Abathur and Samuro can do as this one continues. You want to take a few of these bell towers. You can't interrupt over here. Nice shielding, guarding the space. So another 4 shots are fired, which means they're now down to 20 points on the core. Yeah, the Vikings are pushing the top lane a little bit, and there's a big push. Obviously, the mercenary thingy is also happening. Or not. Yeah, come down to help at the bottom of the map. Once again, it's a Gorge and a kill. Samuro is finally dead. The Largen in charge has been chosen. Another 4 shots get fired against the red team, who are now at 32 points on their core. The salvo is out, and bye-bye Malfurion. Oh, less than 100 HP. Yeah, that one was close. They are killing Stitches, though. Nicely done. Largen in charge, obviously big in situations like this as well. The more you can work around these little stuns, the better. And it might become a problem for the Hogger as well. He's not the only one that is in trouble. The Hogger is still alive, but they kill ETC, and now the Hogger is crushed too. That's 13 kills to 12 at 25 kills. 25 kills! This is madness. Meta madness, to be exact. Malfurion is dead too. And yeah. Get wrecked! 158 sadism, but what a hit. That is genocide that we're seeing over here. The Vikings have all been eliminated. Check this one out. They're all lining up for him, and then just one time, BAM! And everybody's dead. Too damn good. Alarak, that's how you do it. Massive kill by him. No, don't! He gets away with 100 HP. He's dead. The sadism is all gone. The sadism is all eliminated. Oh my god, not like this. Oh, he was, what was he at? 160? God damn it, that is unfortunate. That's a huge setback. Medivh is, by the way, starting to stack again. He's currently sitting at 6, but I don't really think this is going to happen anytime soon. So, yeah. Wild games. Absolutely wild games. And of course, now the blue team is getting a little bit of momentum here, as you can tell. Big mosh! Big mosh, but not big enough. They didn't get a kill, and now they just might struggle. The Hogger comes in from the left. Olaf couldn't really help him out yet. Everybody is just retreating. The mosh pit was great to prevent anyone from dying, but it didn't help them to get a kill themselves. Samura has 43,000 damage now. And yeah, let's see if they can get the kill. Yeah, the Hogger goes down. They can get the kill against him at least. Abathur hasn't died yet, by the way. What a boss. What a boss. Abathur just surviving. Haven't seen him slap around a lot yet either, but still. So they're trying to go for the bot lane again. Largen in charge, baby! Here's the stun. Gets another mosh out. Oh, good interrupt on the salvo. That was actually nice. Pushing him into the mosh to cancel a salvo. That was kind of sexy. But yeah, Phoenix is dead as well. 18 stacks for Medivh. At this point, Medivh should just simply sit tight and make sure that he doesn't get killed anymore. There's the Leyline. He doesn't risk anything. Gets the Leyline out immediately. He's like, no, it's not happening again. I will survive. at least a little bit longer. 16 kills to 14, 1.5 level lead for the blue team. Triple altar phase is coming up. Vikings can start to get in position, and the Slugger is already moving forward too. So he's trying to lock in one of the altars. Should be able to pull that off unless the Haka goes for the worm. But down here, they are trying their best to make it difficult. So let's see what Rabbithole is going to do. Rabbithole could start to walk over, does exactly that. The Haka, is he tunneling in? No. He gets interrupted on the other hand. The Haka gets interrupted. Rabbithole gets the channel. They're still fighting at the bottom of the map for altar number 3. But Eric is going to keep continuing to interrupt the Haka at the top right. So it makes it really annoying for them. And down here, Samuro is just playing his game and is trying to ensure that nobody can kill him. Dodges so much here and goes straight back into the back line as he's attempting to put pressure on Malfurion, which works quite nicely for him, by the way. 22 stacks now for Medivh. Another slide. They're ping-ponging Samuro around. And it seems like Medivh might have to set another portal up for him. Eric has channeled the top right, so that's another 4 shots fired. It's 20 points on the core against 20. And talking about 20, level 20 is nearly there now for the Cats. This is a wild game. 152 sadism again for Alarak, who's at 54,000 damage. Gets the kill on Samuro. Nice. But they might just lose ETC here. Shots are fired again. He makes it out. But the battle isn't over yet. Phoenix gets caught once again and dies for the 6th time. Drag here on the copy was attempting to do a little bit more damage, but now they're going even for the remaining target. They are unleashing everything on Olaf, even the ley line being used to try and save him here, but that didn't work. So another shot fired. No, not like this! No! And he died again. Lost all of his stacks. Medivh, why? I mean, they interrupted on the altar again. Now they got level 20, so with that we have Hive Mind and the Fury of the Storm. I don't think they can interrupt this once more. Nope, this time the shots get fired. And ETC is dancing all alone. Rumor has it that he didn't shower this week, so that's why nobody wants to dance with him. Everybody is just keeping a safe distance here. I'm just a little bit more shocked that they didn't really snipe any of these bell towers yet, but I suppose this is going to get changed now at the top. Alarak is slowly making his way over, gets stunned out. Look how much damage these guys do, especially with Rabbithole helping them out. So yeah, it's actually kind of nasty. I mean, they can't win this one, but still, they buy enough time for the bell tower to be converted, and they did a pretty good job here. So Cyril has to be careful, and he's rushing away as Samuro gets really dangerous for them. So bell tower conversion has happened, 5-3. We got Alarak with a deadly charge now. Also, the tour bus is in. And this game is getting really interesting. 16 to 20 points on the core. And they are doing more work at the top with another pumpkin camp that is about to be taken. I guess they have to stop the Haka from retaking the bell tower too. But talking bell towers, at the bottom of the map, the party continues as well. So over here we see a similar thing. Medivh still cheating around a little bit. More pumpkins escorted in. And you have to keep those hooks in mind. Because Arcade has done a good job so far. This time he misses. But here come the Vikings. Large and in charge, baby. As the copy is eliminated. Oh, that's unfortunate. So, yeah, this is a little bit too wild. Two of us use Gorge, like everything. Mosh. And now comes the party as ETC turns into the target. Sorry, Stitches. He's down. ETC might get attacked a second later. But yeah, they're all over this place now, especially with all the bodies they have in this team fight. Samuro's coming in with more and more copies, and they're just shredding everything. Another two of us moment. Interrupted, though. Big problem here for ETC, burning the cooldown as Samuro is trying to escape. Might need a bit of assistance. We have 180 stacks on the sadism for Alarak, so he is crushing the numbers. 81,000 damage for him. Easy top damage in the game, followed by Rabbithole, by the way, who's sitting at 70,000. But this fight just doesn't stop. The Haka is topside. He's still trying to recapture the bell tower. The kill on ETC. ETC is dead, and Malfurion is absolutely lost down here. He has no chance. Alarak is trying to help out, needs to be careful that he doesn't get killed, because you don't want to lose that. But here's the ley line. He's at 181 stacks, and you're going to lose all of them now. Yep, that was unnecessary. He dies. Bell tower conversion is happening, and it is just crazy. Some unfortunate combo mistakes on the side of Asgard as they went Gorge and then into the Mosh Pit, Tour Bus after that. But of course, now control is just being lost all over the place. We have 21 to 18 kills, so we're looking at nearly 40 kills at the 20-minute mark, with another 5-3 bell tower situation in favor of the blue team that is now also making a move for the boss. And they are, for the first time in this game, taking the lead. They are on 16 to 15 points. Another 4 are now going to be fired. And the next altar phase is a double at the top left, top right. So here we go. They're also trying to go for stitches. Yeah, a little bit of body blocking. Olaf wasn't in range. That was the problem here. If he were, then that would have looked a little bit different. That stun is so helpful with the 16. But yep, the shots are fired. 11 to 16 points now. Bit more damage on the structures, and they are going for even more camps. They're trying to get all of them right now. So this one is easily taken with the bribery. Over here they might have to assist Captain Rex a little bit further, but that's potentially 6 points through the bot lane that you could get. The Slugger attempting to channel at the top left. That didn't happen. At the top right, the interrupts are also going to happen. And with Phoenix now taking these, that's 6 points on the core. That will eventually come through. So yeah, on both sides the fights are ongoing. Here comes Samuro, once again, trying to go for Malfurion, and it doesn't happen. 3 shots are fired. They're fighting this one out. Big salvo, and then we got the ley line, but they still get a kill against Alarak. All of the sadism is reset. He can tour bus all day, every day, but it is not going to change this. We have the Haka falling. The pumpkins at the bottom of the map are all making it through right now. Shot after shot being fired. They're down to 5 points. This bell tower is going to end the game. Abathar could simply move over and take it, or anybody else. If a Viking sneaks in, then that is all she wrote. Abathar is already on it, trying to help out a little bit at the same time as we have the hungry for more from Stitches. Well, the hungry Stitches. Got another few hits in. Abathar should be channeling in just a second. But yeah, this is obviously the end of game number 2 in this series. And nicely done. Really well played by them. They're still just unleashing this entire barrage into the middle. But the core is going down. Alarak ended up with 97,000 damage. Nicely done by him, but just not enough to take the victory. Infernal Shrines, game number 3. And while we're obviously very curious what the picks are going to be, I have to admit to at least the YouTube viewers over here that we have a very, very tough discussion going on in Twitch right now. And that is IPA good or not? I have to admit that IPA, in my opinion, is absolute garbage. I lived in California for 2 years, and everybody always told me, "Oh, have you tried IPA?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I tried it, and it tastes horrible." I said, "No, you tried the wrong one. Try this one." And then they gave me another one that tasted like shit. So this seems to be all that's I've got with IPA. Now, obviously, coming from Germany, it kind of feels like I have a certain affinity for European beers, being it the German ones, the Belgian or the Czech ones. It doesn't really matter. But IPA is just bleh. Hipster beer that just tastes bad. It feels like the American idea of what a beer is like. Actually, I don't really think that's true. I think there's a lot of Americans that also would be insulted by that. So yeah, it's just not beer. But there is... The chat is split. Let's just put it like this. So if you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to write in the comment section what your thoughts are on IPA compared to a proper beer. But boy, oh boy, no. Ugh. No, thank you. No. I feel like people that enjoy an IPA or like that would prefer an IPA over beer have just never had a proper beer. I still remember that when Dreadnought was in Europe for the first time, I literally took him to a random supermarket, bought him 3-4 different beers over there so that he can enjoy a proper beer, and his mind was blown at how good the beer was. And that was not even me going for some like specific or special stuff. It was just literally entering the first supermarket that I could find and get like a few of the normal beers there. So it wasn't even anything special, and he was just like, "Oh my god." And I was like, "Yep, now we're talking." Yeah. Alright. Overwatch heroes, they got the axe. We have Tracer and Ana banned. Jaina gets taken here in Infernal Shrines. Is that a Zeratul pick in the making? Are they going to go for a wombo combo? Give me the Gas Lord. Come on, give me the Gas Lord and full-on wombo. Kalthor's on the other side. A little bit of a battle between ice and fire. Me likey. Cho'Gall, yes! Alright. Party time. They banned Leo. Tychus is still available, but he should be banned now. So I personally think that they're gonna ban Tychus out for multiple reasons. Infernal Shrines, you don't want to deal with Odin, you don't want to deal with the damage against Cho'Gall, so why would you let him through, right? Seems like the most obvious ban that you could possibly go for it right now. And anything else but would shock me. And them hesitating already surprises me. Malthael, I mean, I can give Malthael, fine. I would probably still prefer to get rid of Tychus, but I get it. The problem is that Malthael, I feel, is a little bit easier to deal with once that you have your Molten Block. So, fair enough. Now we should see a Tychus pick. So, Tychus should be taken for Team Asgard. Great on Infernal Shrines, no matter what. And now you're going up against Cho'Gall, so why wouldn't you? But then again, they're going for Gaslow, so what do I know? Gaslow Muradin. Didn't see that coming. So we have them with a proper tank. They got Kalthor, so lots of stuns here, and Gaslow himself. I mean, again, he's packing a bit of a punch, so this could be more than a little bit interesting. Also, some AoE for the Shrines. It's game number 3, and it's already getting wild there. Half of it, obviously, because initially they played with so many tanks that the front line is getting a little bit thinned out. We get Morales, and we get Tacita, leaving us with the last pick. But yeah, it's going to be a special game. No assistance at the front line, by the way, for Cho'Gall. Normally, I would have expected them to go for another melee. That's what we are getting most of the time with Cho'Gall. Just a single damage dealer, and then you have Gall himself. So, yeah, interesting. It's a lot of oomph that they have in their composition. And here comes Tychus. So Tychus gets picked a little bit later than expected, but we still have him. Infernal Shrines, everybody. Game number 3. Let's see if they can pull it off again. We got Cho'Gall going up against Gaslow. A battle for the ages. Off we go, the Cats with Drachia on Gaul, Zero on Jaina, no game, no life on Tacita. We got Captain Rex on Morales, and Tirath is playing a Cho. On the right side of the map, we got Not Zap on Gaslow, Gucci Mane on Muradin, Berserkade on Kel'Thas, Ethereal on Tychus, and Brownbeard on Deckard Cain. And of course, the question that we're all asking ourselves right now is, why in the world would you drink IPA? Like, why? Beer exists. As beer exists, there is no need for IPA. Now, it compares a little bit to the people that drink instant coffee and then act like it doesn't taste any different than normal, you know, fresh ground coffee or anything like it. And yeah, that's disgusting as well. Now, then again, to be fair, the one thing that I gotta admit is, I'm, for example, someone that can't really taste the difference in whiskeys. I always say that a really good whiskey is wasted on me. And it's a crying shame. I would love to be somebody that can appreciate an expensive and rare whiskey, but I just can't. Every single time that I drink one, my first question is like, where's the Coke? Where's the Coke for my whiskey? So every time when I had friends and they bought an expensive bottle, I just told them, listen guys, enjoy it, I'll drink something else. I don't want to waste this. I cannot appreciate it. So, yeah. But I think this is something that a lot of people have as a bit of an issue. I would assume that we can all agree that people that like instant coffee are disgusting on the other hand. So, yeah, I mean, I think this is universally accepted. Anyways, so as we got shown... Oh, gravity laps, and goodbye. Mokus Forales. Mokus Forales, she's down. The good old strategy, it still holds true here. We have a side lane rotation of... actually this guy, what's his name? Gaslow. Gaslow and Tacita, the clamp boy. So, that's a sentence that you don't hear me say a lot. Tacita and Gaslow are rotating on the side lanes to get all of the experience. Wait, what did he just say? Yep, exactly that. So Berserkade is playing with Kel'Thas. He did go on level 1 into the Mana Addict. And topside, Cho'Gall is still doing everything he can. By the way, does Cho'Gall fit into a Medivac? Isn't he a little bit too fat for this? Can you imagine if you are the guy that, you know, enters the medevac first and you're sitting in one of those double seats and you're like, oh my god, I have so much space here. It's the poor man's first class as nobody's sitting next to you, and then all of a sudden Shogal enters the medevac. You knew you're screwed. You knew you're screwed. He's gonna take 1.5 seats and you're just gonna be sitting there like, why me? Why me? As you're getting crushed into the side. But yeah, so we probably are not gonna see medevac. Actually, now that I think about it, we could, but yeah, maybe. I mean, it's Meta Madness after all, so it's going to be mad one way or another. But with that said, we got 1 kill on each side now. The top lane is suffering a whole lot of damage as the entire wall has already been destroyed. So they're doing a great job here with Shogal thus far. The problem is that he's now starting to be in trouble. Things are, of course, going to get much more dangerous for the red team when we are entering the mid and late game, when Shogal has a lot more survivability tools at his disposal. Even Jaina's just turning it around here and is starting to just trust Morales fully. I mean, she's nearly dead. Morales heals her and Jaina's like, attack! Turns around and goes at it. One direction. We have, obviously, the bigger they are. Duh. That's a shocker, I know. The potion of shielding is in as well, and we have on top of it even more damage towards that top fort. So for the red team, this is starting to really become a problem. I mean, this is probably where they're going to be amongst... This is kind of the best spot that they have against Shogal, and they're already struggling. They need to really focus that CC. It's tough to get to Morales as well, but as we have more and more talents kicking in, Shogal will be a beast to deal with. Gazlo is at least doing work on the objective, so they're having a little bit more luck over there. But then at the end of the day, what you're trying to do with the objective is take structures down, and that's what the blue team does without it. And they're also getting a kill on Taika, so instead of him being the counter to Shogal, Shogal just goes deep and says, hey, what are you gonna do to me? Absolutely nothing in this case. This fort is losing more and more ground as the burst damage from Jaina too, and her slows are providing a fair amount of CC as well that they can use in these situations. So it is getting spicy. Yeah, Shogal can be crazy. I mean, he is a hero that doesn't get played in normal meta because there's just so many counters against him. Talking macro, talking CC, talking percentage damage. But once that you remove a lot of these heroes, and that's what exactly this tournament concept is designed to do, once that you're there, all of a sudden the power of certain heroes just increases more and more and more. And that's exactly what we're now witnessing up at the top lane. So Shogal is doing some real work, whereas Gazlo at the bottom of the map has now locked in the Punisher. No game, no life with the bait over the wall. But this is going to do at least some damage. The question is simply, can he do enough damage to make up for what Shogal has done topside? And, well, he nearly dies. If that Punisher is going for another jump, then he's in trouble. So get some heals from Morales. The fort takes damage, but it's not gonna fall. Shogal, on the other hand, at the top, he has indeed fallen. So they were able to take him down, as Morales had to assist the rest of the team at the bot lane to save their fort. And now the red team has some momentum that they can use to move in and do some work themselves. So it's still level 9 versus level 9, meaning that things are okay. Combat Tactician is in. I gotta say that I would have probably preferred, if he already goes into that, the extended range on level 1 with press the advantage for Tychus. I mean, if that's really your play, then he might as well have gone all in on it. Nice hit though against Jaina now. So yeah, that was nicely done. Pushing her back into the fight was crucial in that situation. We have them nearly on level 10. Structurally, it's a similar situation for the two teams. Not too much has changed there. But now, with heroic abilities, we're getting the Grabber Bomb. Also, we're getting the Playmaker, which is interesting against Shogal, and the Medivac as well. Yeah, so we are off to a good start here. I like it. I mean, again, you got a Shogal, you got a Gazlo, what more do you want? Choo-choo! And he's riding the train. The pain chain is coming. And we're going all Terry Tate on this one. 2 kills to 4, and it is soon going to be party time. At least at the top there, trying to get more damage in. Hirakir! It's actually a cool name. That's a pretty decent name. We have seen some crazy comps in the past, but yeah, this is a good one. That, on the other hand, was not a good one. That's one way how not to do it. That's a lot of ults that they just used, 3 in total to make it work, and they were far from it. Now Morales gets attacked as well, so that doesn't look too good either. They might get a kill on at least, well, maybe, no, Khaldor, yeah, he's alive. And that Haymaker is probably the end of Cho'Gall, so this is all backfiring heavily against them. I have no idea why you would use your Odin in that situation, but I guess they might still be able to get the kill. But that seemed to initially be a bit of a waste, but you know what? It actually worked out for them. They lose Khaldor, but they get the kill on Morales, so there's that. Bot lane, Gazla has done a great job to push this through, and now that fort might fall. But here's another quick look at the Wombo attempt that totally backfired. So they came in, they were trying for a hit, and yeah, it all fell apart very quickly. Nothing connected. And they're just sitting there playing the sad panda music, so yeah. 7 kills to 3, nearly level 13 now for Team Asgard. The bottom fort has not fallen. The timing on the minion wave was, yeah, pretty perfect. But can they recover here? Again, level 13 is going to be big for the Cats, for sure. And if they land a combo at any point in time, that would of course also be huge. They just have to land it, and so far it hasn't happened. We're now getting the overcharged capacitors. We also have the Pyromaniacs in, and yeah, Cho'Gall is trying to get the level 13 for them, as Tacita is already headed towards the middle of the map to try and steal a few of these away. So, let's go. Can they get the next talent? They should try and take this minion wave down. That's more or less all that they need. Cho'Gall a bit low, needs some heals, turns it, tries to, doesn't manage to pull that off, or does he? There's the flip, and there's the ring. Ring of Frost, and Khaldor dies. All the ults, by the way. Should I use my ults? All the ults. Let's go. Tyke is about to drop. Gazlo is dead. They got a triple kill. Wild battle, by the way. Absolutely wild. All over the place. And everybody just spamming the as they go deep into the fight. Odin hasn't been used, but besides that, nearly everything has been activated. And it is the red team that gets absolutely demolished in that fight. We still have a push through the top lane. Fort is gone. The first one to fall, of course. A little bit of damage at the keep wall as they're hoping for another one through the middle. Down to the bot lane. Tacita doing his thing against Muradin. The dwarf doing his best here to go for the fort. I am actually a little bit curious to see how this is going to work out. Tacita needs a bit of help, I'd say. Okay, he still had the fountain cooldown ready. That is going to make things a little bit easier for him. But yeah, in comes the move, there's the jump, and here's the pull as they're trying for another little wombo, and Morales eats that Stormbolt like a boss and gets Haymaker to safety. Yep, Haymaker to safety and gets out. That's ridiculous. 3 heroes dying on the red team. Muradin completely screwed them a second ago. Yeah, he's jumping out, but check this fight out. Like, that did not go well for them. So Morales gets attacked, she eats the Stormbolt, and then the Haymaker saves her. He thought he could get the kill with it, and instead Morales survives. 3 heroes die. Now the mid lane gets destroyed. The fort already gone, and I think they're going to lose the keep here as well. Oh boy, oh boy. That was rough. We got the Leaden Orb after the Twilight Nova, now also the Northern Exposure. I think if they poke a little bit more, this keep is going to go the way of the Dodo Bird. Especially if Jaina comes in with another hit. But they're still trying to get the kills here, so if they lose a few more heroes in this encounter, then we might even see a play for core. The keep is gone. No, don't stack! Khaldor's dead, the heals are in, and Cho'Gall survives. Cho'Gall is still alive. We have 41,000 damage for Gall, 34,000 for Tychus, as he is nearly getting killed by Jaina again, and the battle isn't over yet. They all try and take him down, but it's just too much. He's too much for them to handle. And now Jaina, yeah, there's actually another quick pull into the Ring of Frost. Perfect combo against Deckard Cain. And he dies quickly. They are getting the hang of it. They struggled a little bit earlier, but now they're getting the hang of it. And apparently the bot lane needs some assistance as they're going for another fort that is the last one to be destroyed. But very nicely done by the cats. I like it. It's such a wonky game. So much fun here. Level 16 is now in, and that gives us Ignite. Maybe at some point they can bring it back a little bit, but there is, of course, a whole lot of momentum now for the blue team. They still hold on to all of their forts. They have taken down all forts and one keep on the red team side. But yeah, let's go. The Titan Grenade is in. That obviously now synergizes with the level 1 and finally gives him some additional value with it against Cho'Gall. But the party here continues as they're trying to get some kills in. Gazlo, he's helping out as much as he can, and they're doing work, but Morales is keeping everybody alive, and now the Tassadar is also starting to join them in the middle. The ball comes through, and they're still looking for kills, but Tassadar, he is... No way, what? Okay, Mirrodin takes him down. For just a second, it seemed like Tassadar might survive through all of this, thanks to... Morales, but hasn't quite worked out. Yeah, that combo didn't work. I mean, you're not gonna land every single one of them. Captain Rex again on the run, can try and medivac out of this one, but is already running. Medivac gets interrupted, and that is the end of Morales, but it's also going to be the end of Gazlo. He dies, and the rest of the red team is also a bit in trouble, but a good gravity lapse from Kel'Thas is stopping the barrage. Now, during all of this, the top lane fort is getting attacked and will fall. And these attacks in the middle, they don't really do a whole lot. What are you going to do? Go for core? It's not going to happen. Not like this. So they need to come up with a different game plan. I initially honestly expected them to go for one of the keeps, but that hasn't happened either. Now at the bottom of the map, Kel'Thas is dealing with the situation at hand. They're still behind in experience, which means that another level and the blue team is going to hit level 20. But yep, here comes the hits. They go for Hirakia, and he's trying to get out of this one and should be able to escape. Another attempted play, this time for Mirrodin, and you know what? He is getting killed. So they are able to get that kill. Morales isn't here. She could now medevac it up if she needs to, but is apparently deciding to walk. And with the entire... I mean, this is pretty much the shrine open, right? Ring, hit, ice block, stay a while, and get wrecked. Deckard Cain when bringing the pain. Yeah, that's Morales gone. Morales gone, and... Oh, nice pull attempt. Not good enough, though. But that could have been the end of Tychus. Not Zap is... Yeah, he needed to pause the game here. For very good reason. That escape was so cool that he's just trying to pat himself on the shoulder a little bit. So he's pausing the game beforehand just so that he has a second to do exactly that. Because, let's face it, that was a pretty cool move. That was nicely done. But yeah, obviously, with level 20s being this close now... I mean, the chances for Team Asgard to get this objective are pretty slim. Now, the next bad news is the wall is more or less opened up. So the keep is fully exposed. We got 40-50 seconds until Jaina is back. 16 for Mirrodin. Maybe they engage with 5, but the level 20 talent that is going to hit any second is definitely going to be a little bit of a concern. We got the Rune Gauntlet over here. We have also the Twilight Veil, so we didn't get the Molten Block for Cho'Gall, but safety wasn't really a problem thus far. If you look at the damage numbers here, Gall is top damage in the game with 58,000. We got 48,000 for Tychus. And just like on the deaths, Cho'Gall has died twice, so they're fine here. We should be able to take a pretty significant lead on the objective now with the next minion wave or just through the tickle experience. They're going to get level 20, of course. And yeah, no, if they get the kill... Oh, close! If they get the kill on Kel'Thas, it would be a disaster. Where is he going? What? He dropped? No, he's dead. He actually dropped, as you could see. Oh, that's unfortunate. He committed Sudoku fully. He gets spam pinged, by the way, so apparently they were aiming to not kill him, I assume. But yeah, the kill happened regardless. As he moved into them, it became pretty clear that he probably dropped out of the game. And then his name, as you might have seen, turned. So I'm not quite sure if the blue team was trying to not kill him and Morales got clicked because of that, or what the idea was. But either way, Tychus is gone. 32 stacks have been acquired.
What a beautiful wall. It's a beautiful wall. It's such a great wall. Everybody says so. Gazlo died. It's sad. Very sad. Very sad. All because of the wall. Tremendous. 15 kills to 10. Yeah, top side, Jaina has done the thing. Great wall by Tacit, all memes aside. I mean, again, no chance for Gazlo to get out of this one. Party continues over here as they are making another play for Muradin, but he turns around with the playmaker and just makes sure that Shoga doesn't get anywhere near him. Now the top lane keep is the one thing that's really in danger. Now there's catapults at the bottom of the map as well, but I don't really expect them to have too much of an impact here. The ring is in, and that's another kill. Deckard Kane is dead. 16 kills to 10, everybody. We got the play for keep and core, I would assume. And even with Odin, I highly doubt that Team Asgard can turn this. They're trying for a kill on Tacita, so far that hasn't happened yet. Punisher's already been baited over. Kelthos gets murdered by him. And his name is John Cena. Jumps in and bam, wrecks everybody. As, yep, Tychus dies, Muradin is dead. They're trying for Jaina, that didn't work either. Gazlo is about to go down again, and with the core already falling, this concludes the best of 5 in Group C of Meta Madness. A 3-0 victory for the Cats. GG, well done.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.